Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, as you all know that in Flamingo we have finished lesson 1 and lesson 2 and one poem by Mother at 66. Today we are going to read lesson 3 Deep Water written by William Douglas in your main reader Flamingo. Deep Water, the story is a fine example of determination and dedication. In this lesson, the writer William Douglas, as it has been taken from the autobiography of William Douglas, in which William Douglas shares a terrible experience of his life which transformed his life, how he overcame his fear and later he gets success. So this story is a fine example of dedication and determination. So let's start. Before beginning to the lesson, let us go through about the author. Let us know about the author. William Douglas, who lived between 1898 and 1980, was born in Maine, Minnesota. William Douglas, who lived between 1898 and 1980, was born in Maine, Minnesota. After graduating with a Bachelor's of Arts in English and Economics, he spent 2 years teaching high school in Yakima. However, he got tired of this and decided to pursue a legal career. He got tired of teaching profession and he decided to pursue a legal career. He decided to pursue his career in law. He met Franklin D. Roosevelt at Yale and became an advisor and friend to the president. Douglas was a leading advocate of individual rights. He retired in 1975 with a term lasting 36 years and remains the longest service justice in the history of the court. The following excerpt is taken from O Men and Mountains by O. Douglas. The story which we are going to read, it has been taken from his autobiography. It has been taken from the autobiography of William O. Douglas. The name of autobiography is O Men and Mountains. O Men and Mountains. So the excerpt which we are going to read, the essay, the story which we are going to read, it has been taken from Men and Mountains, written by William O. Douglas. It reveals how, as a young boy, William Douglas nearly drowned in a swimming pool. The story which we are going to read, it tells when William was a young boy, how he was nearly drowning in the swimming pool. In this essay, he talks about his fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcame it. Notice how the autobiographical part of the selection is used to support his discussion of fear. So let us go through the story and come to know how he mentioned, how in his autobiography he mentioned how he overcame his fear of water and learned swimming. It's a terrible experience of his life which he shares in this lesson in his autobiography, and from his autobiography, a small part of his autobiography has been taken in this lesson. This is about the incident which he came across when he was a child. Okay, so let's go through the story and come to know. Let us go through the story. It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. So the experience which Douglas is sharing with us, it took place when he was 10 or 11 years old. I had decided to learn to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. So when Douglas was 10 or 11 years old, he decided to learn swimming in YMCA pool in Yakima, which according to him offered an opportunity to learn swimming. So here YMCA means Young Men's Christian Association. YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. Okay, YMCA. Next word is Yakima. Yakima is a place. It's a place in Washington, USA. Okay, Yakima is a place in Washington, USA. Next word is treacherous. Treacherous. Okay, treacherous means dangerous. Treacherous means dangerous. Okay, dear students. Now look at page number 23 it is. Page number 23. It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. So William Douglas shares an experience of his life when he was 10 or 11 years old. I had decided to learn to swim. Douglas had decided to learn to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. So there was a pool in Yakima, in YMCA in Yakima, which offered this opportunity to learn to swim. The Yakima River was treacherous. The Yakima River, the name of a river is also Yakima. The Yakima River was treacherous, was dangerous. Mother continually warned against it and kept fresh in my mind the details of each drowning in the river. So, writer's mother kept him warning against Yakima River, and he kept him reminding about each drowning in Yakima River. So it shows the writer's mother did not want him to go to learn swimming in Yakima River. So that is why she kept him reminding about the incidents of drowning which was happening in the Yakima River. That is why the narrator took the decision of learning the swimming in a pool instead of going to Yakima River. The YMCA pool was safe. According to the writer, YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end. The YMCA pool was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end, and while it was 9 feet deep at the other end, and the drop was gradual. So at the shallow end, the pool was only 2 or 3 feet deep, and at the deeper end it was 9 feet deep, but the slope was gradual. So it was a fine place for narrator to learn swimming. I got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. So the narrator got a pair of water wings. You must have seen water wings, which is used to learn swimming. When anyone learns swimming, so in the beginning they are given these water wings. Okay. I hated to walk. Now next page. Before moving ahead, look at the page number 24, where the diagram, the sketch of Yakima River is given here. You can see on page number 24. The Yakima River is tributary of Columbia River in eastern Washington. So the Yakima River is a small stream which was flowing to Columbia River in eastern Washington, USA. The state is named after the indigenous Yakima people. So this name, this Yakima River, is given because of the native Yakima people. Okay, now let us move ahead with the story. I hated to walk naked into it and show my skinny legs. So narrator hated showing his skinny legs, hated to go into the water. He did not want to show his skinny legs under the water. But I subdued my pride and did it. But he overcame his pride and did it because he wanted to learn swimming. From the beginning, however, I had an aversion to the water when I was in it. So from the beginning, the narrator had a dislike. Let me write some words and their meanings. Yeah. Subdued. Means to overcome, but here it is to overcome. Okay, subdued means to overcome. Next word is aversion. Aversion means dislike. Okay, aversion means dislike. From the beginning, however, I had aversion to the water, but I was in it. So from the beginning, the narrator had a dislike to the water. He did not like water when he was in water. He did not like to be in water, as he did not like to show his skinny legs. He hated doing it. This started when I was 3 or 4 years old, and father took me to the beach of California. So what happened with the narrator, that the narrator decided hating the water. So once when he was 3 or 4 years old, he went to his father, took him to California beach. He and I stood together in the surf. The narrator and narrator's father, they were standing in the wave of the sea. Surf means Surf means wave of the sea. Surf, waves of the sea. Okay, so they were standing in the surf, the waves of the sea. I hung on to him, yet I hung on to him, yet the waves knocked me down and swept over me. So the narrator was clinging to his father, even though the waves knocked him down. The force of the waves was too strong, which struck to the narrator and fell him down. And threw the narrator down, knocked him down means threw him down. And swept over me, and the water swept over the narrator. I was buried in water. So because of this, the narrator was, buried in water. He was, the water swept over him, so the narrator was buried in water. My breath was gone. So it was like as the water swept over him, so narrator's breath was gone. I was frightened. Father laughed, but there was terror in my heart at the overpowering force of the waves. Because of the strong force of the waves, because of the overpowering force of the waves, the narrator had developed a fear from water. So when did it happen? It happened when narrator was 3 or 4 years old. He went to the beach of California with his father, and the waves knocked him down, threw him down. Because of that, he developed a fear from water. So since that day, he had a fear of water. He had aversion to the water. He had a dislike. From that day, he started disliking the water. Okay, he did not like to be in water. Okay, so it was when he developed a fear from water. My introduction to the YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories and stirred childish fear. So narrator's introduction to the YMCA pool once again reminded him, once again brought those memories back to him. His introduction to YMCA pool once again brought his the memory of childhood when he was threw away by the water, and he developed a fear from the water. So those memories once again came back. So my introduction to the YMCA swimming pool revived unpleasant memories and stirred childish fears. So narrators, the writers' introduction to the YMCA swimming pool once again reminded him the unpleasant memories, once again brought those unpleasant memories back, brought his unpleasant memories of childhood back, and it also revived his childhood fear. But in a while I gathered confidence, but in a moment narrator overcame it and he gathered confidence. I paddled with my new water wings, watching the other boys and trying to learn by aping them. So narrator was paddling with his new water wings, and he was copying. Aping means copying, and he was aping. Aping means copying, and narrator was sorry, let me correct the spelling of copy. It should be Y2 here. Okay. So he started copying other boys, and with his water wings, he started paddling. Okay. So he used to paddle and used to copy the other boys doing so. Okay. I did this 2 or 3 times on different days, and just beginning to feel at ease in the water when the misadventure happened. So when he was doing this 2 or 3 times in a day, so he did it for 3-4 days. He did so. He copied the other boys. He paddled. He was aping them, means he was copying them, and he was learning how to swim by copying them. He was paddling his with his water wings. So he did it for 3 or 4 days. When something very unusual happened to him. So what misadventure, what unusual happened to him? Let us read out the next paragraph and came to know what happened when he started learning to swim, when he was learning how to swim, and he went to YMCA pool. He was copying other boys. He took wings, water wings. He took water wings, and he started paddling, and now he gained confidence. Then one day something happened which once again developed a great fear of water inside him. So what did it happen? Let us come to know what happened with him. I went to the pool when no one else was there. So one day the writer William Douglas went to the pool when no one else was there. He went there earlier and there was no one, only the narrator was there, only the writer William Douglas was there. He was alone there. The place was quiet. The water was still, and the tiled bottom was as white and clean as a bathed tub. So narrator saw the tiled bottom of the pool was as white and clean as it was as a bathed tub. So the water was clean. The bottom can be looked through water clearly, and it was looking as white and clean as a bathed tub. I was timid about going in alone, so I sat on the side of the pool and wait for others. So narrator was afraid of going alone. He did not dare to go in alone, so he sat there and he was waiting others to come. I had not been there for long when in came a big bruiser of a boy. So I had not been there long when in came a big bruiser of a boy. So he started waiting. Was not very long since he started waiting. Then a big bruiser. Bruiser means a person who is tough and aggressive. A person who is, let me rub it and then write down. Just wait a minute. Let me rub it and write down. Bruisers. Bruiser. A person who is tough, a person who is tough and enjoys fight or argument. Okay, Bruiser, a person who is tough and enjoys fight or argument. So what happened? Let me once again read out this line. I had not been there, so the narrator had not been there long when in came a big bruiser of a boy. When having such personality, a boy came there. Probably 18 years old, and the boy was of 18. The narrator guessed that the boy who was having the tough personality and having this attitude of fighting and argument, of the person who enjoys fight, simply the person who enjoys giving others pain. The boy was having such personality and attitude. Okay, so thus such a boy came there. He was of 18 years. He had thick hair on his chest. So as he was 18 years, so he had thick hair on his chest. These appearances shows that he was of 18. He was 18 years. Okay. He was a beautiful physical specimen. He was a fine example of beautiful physique, according to the narrator, according to the writer William Douglas, with legs and arms that showed rippling muscles. His legs and arm were showing rippling muscles. So he was, muscle, very healthy boy. The boy who came when narrator was sitting there alone, the bruised boy who came, he was having a very good physique. He was a healthy boy of 18 years. He yelled. So the boy yelled, the boy shouted, "Hi Skinny, how would you like to be ducked?" So the boy said to the narrator, to William Douglas, to the writer William Douglas, how would you like to be ducked? Ducked means, pushed or plunged someone under the water. Ducked. Push or plunge someone in the water. Into water. Okay, so push or plunge someone into water. So he said, how would you feel if you would be thrown away, if you would be pushed away, okay, if you would be plunged in the water, into the water, how would you feel? So he asked, hi Skinny, how would you like to be ducked? How would you like to be pushed? With that, he picked me up and tossed me into the deep end. So saying so, having said so, he picked the narrator up and he picked the writer William Douglas up and pushed and threw him and tossed him into the deep end and threw him into the deep end. I landed in a sitting position, swallowed water and went at once to the bottom. So the narrator landed in a sitting position, he swallowed some water and went at once to the bottom. I was frightened, but not yet frightened out of my wits. So the narrator was frightened, but not too much that he lost his senses. It was not like that. On the way down, I planned, when my feet hit the bottom, I would make a big jump, come to the surface, lie flat on it and paddle to the edge of the pool. So when the narrator was going to the bottom, when he was drowning, then he made a plan. He made a plan that when he would go to the bottom, he would kick the bottom, and thus he would come to the surface of water, and by paddling he would reach to the edge of the water. So thus he said he was frightened, but not that way that he lost his senses. Out of his wits, he planned when he would go in under the water, when he would reach the bottom, he would kick with his leg and come to the surface of the water, and by paddling he would reach to the edge of the pool. So it is all about this video, dear students. In my next video I'll be continuing with this lesson. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.